Yo. Mic check
Yay.
1, 2.
My check 3, 4,
5, 4, 6, 7.
8, 9, 10.
Boom.
So hi.
Let's run it.
Right, sir. We're live. We're
Welcome,
in the
brother.
air. Yes. Hello.
Welcome.
Hello, Jordan.
You're on the
JP.
screen, dog. You're on the other side of the screen. I can see that. Welcome,
Yep.
everybody, to a new edition, quarantine edition, as I should say, quarantine edition of the PNT Sports Podcast. As you can see, we are not where we normally will record. We are recording from our households. How are you holding up, Alex?
I am holding up as best as I can. How are you, Jordan?
Oh, it's been weird. It's just
Very
finding
weird.
new hobbies as much as I possibly can, so I won't have to bore myself to death, especially when there's no sports, not a lot of sports that we're used to.
That might not be the case soon from the news we're
So,
going to be
no,
hitting on
yeah.
today.
Speaking of, think we should we just jump right in and just go ahead and do it?
Let's do it. Let's give the people what they
Let's
want.
start. I think it's best to start with the new Tampa Bay Buccaneers jerseys. So just recently, the Bucks have been doing a lot of brand new things. Things that we have not seen the Bucks do in years, in my opinion. I haven't seen the Bucks make this much move since since they drafted Jameis Winston, in my opinion.
Really? You think
Yes.
that this is the most amount of moves?
The Bucks are turning the ship. You see what I did there? I did there?
Do you think they win their division?
No, we can get into that later.
Okay.
But I think it's safe to introduce the brand new football jerseys of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, shall we take a look at this? This is cool. This is very interesting, in my opinion. Have you seen these jerseys, man?
I have. I like them. They're a throwback to the Mike Allscott days.
Just take a look at that jersey. It's honestly, in my opinion, it's not bad. It's kind of nice. It's cool. Going a little throwback on it.
A little bit. Now, I am a little disappointed. The orange creamsicle jerseys the Bucks had when they first were brought up as an NFL team franchise. Those are so badass. I would have loved to see a second iteration of those.
Same, man. Same. Well, I mean, the jerseys aren't that bad. They're cool. They kind of remind me of the longest yard jerseys, though.
Longest yard?
Yeah, the longest yard jerseys. In a way, they kind of remind me of that. The Adam Sandler version, not the old one. No, where what's his face was in it? Cowboy player. Was it Michael Irvin?
Oh yeah, Michael Irvin's in it.
Yeah, Michael Irvin.
Yeah, I think he's in it.
Yeah.
I forgot he's in that.
Yeah, so those Bucks New Jersey kind of remind me of the longest yard. But now that we're on the topics of the Bucks,
you know who else is in that movie?
Who?
Nelly.
Oh, yeah, Nelly is in that movie.
Yeah, he's the running back.
Yes. He's a good running back in that movie, though. He a good running back.
The one thing I always remember about that movie is that last scene where the guard I think the ward of the prison is telling the guard to shoot at Adam Sandler's character as he's walking off the football field.
Oh yeah.
I'll never understand that, because at all points that scene defies all senses of logic.
I feel you. Well, now that we're on the topics of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, well, since we've been gone, a lot of things have changed. DeAndre Hopkins is no longer with the Houston Texans. He is now the Arizona Cardinals. And I think me and you predicted wrong on where Tom Brady was going to go.
Yeah.
I said the Chargers.
I said the Dolphins.
And he went to the opposite Florida team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You were a couple cities away.
I was.
You got the state right, but you got the city wrong. I'll give you that. Yeah, you know what? I'll give you that.
Yeah. Well, we're still in play. I believe our Tua predictions are still in play. I don't know if he'll go to Tampa to go back up Tom with everything that's played out, but I still think he might end up in Miami. And I think you said he's going to go to the Chargers, right?
Well, speaking of the Buccaneers. As mentioned earlier, Tom Brady is officially a Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Me and you never got to sit down and share our thoughts on this. I think this is the only time we get to. What are your thoughts, Brady Buccaneers?
Well, I'm excited as a football fan to see what that's going to be like, because it's hard to imagine a world where Tom Brady isn't in a New England Patriots uniform.
You're telling me. You're telling me.
I thought that world only existed on my Xbox, where I play, Madden franchise mode, where all the teams trade with each other. Those
Or you do the
ridiculous trades.
customized, or you do
The fantasy drafts.
Yeah, we just randomly select players that like you can customize your own team. And then Loki, I used to do this too. I used to switch out the good players and the bad players, and when any of my friends would come over, I would just go to the team that I created, be like, let's do it. And my quarterback's freaking like Tom Brady and what else? What year was this? Remember that ESPN 2K5, I think it was, where Terrell Owens was on the front of the cover as a Philadelphia Eagle? ESPN came out with the video game a long time ago. They'll be remaking it too.
Well, they're making a non-simulation football game, I believe, is what they're doing. So
I could have sworn they're making an ESPN 20. Hold up. Nah, they're making an ESPN 20. Because the last time they did that was when Terrell Owens was on it.
ESPN 20.
Yeah. What is it? Well, who knows?
One thing is for sure.
I'm
super excited. What's up?
Yeah, 2K Games, NFL reached a multi-year game production agreement.
But isn't it for non-simulation football games?
So they're literally going to make what NBA basketball is, but for football. I can't wait. I'm hyped, actually. I'll give ESPN. I'll give 2K props.
I'm still almost positive it's non-simulation, though. It's not going to be the same type of game Madden is, which is a simulation football game.
It's literally what it used to be when it is a stimulation. The stimulation rights are currently exclusively owned by EA Arts, who have created the Madden NFL franchise since '88.
So 2K is getting a shot to make a football game that isn't played like Madden. Which I mean,
they did that.
Could you imagine that with a story mode, like a story mode football game?
Saying, bro.
That'd be pretty cool. That'd be awesome.
Check this out. I know we're getting way side off topic. That's good. Off topic. But back when 2K did this, they came out with a game, 2K5, I believe it is, but Terrell Owens is on the cover of it. And they did have a story mode, and the story mode was you are in your own apartment and you have cash on you. Basically, it's like GTA, but football. It was a really fun game. Don't get me wrong. I had that game back in first, second, third grade. So I had that game for years. It was on a PlayStation 2, actually. PlayStation 2. But
I remember playing I don't know if it was 2K, but there was the NFL Street games. They had NBA Street at the time too, but I was only an NFL fan back then. Those games were awesome.
All right. So I have a question for you, though.
Really quick. Yes.
So kind of what you brought up earlier. You said that the Bucks are going to take that division. Is that your strong statement before season starts?
Well, who else is in that division? You have the Tampa Bay Bucks led. Yep. Yes. Carolina Panthers have Teddy Bridgewater now with Matt Rule at head coach.
Yeah.
You have the New Orleans Saints, who have retained Drew Brees for another 2 years.
Yeah.
And then you have the Atlanta Falcons, who I actually think are going to come last this year. Peggett, I think last in the division.
Interesting.
I think it's going to go New Orleans, then Tampa.
Ooh.
Then it'll be Carolina, with Atlanta coming in last.
You know that first game, Saints versus Bucks is going to be one of the most exciting games we've had in a while.
Yes.
It's going to be an exciting game.
Oh, I can't wait to see the NFL.
Just from
I
a football
cannot
standpoint.
cannot wait to see the NFL. I think it's I think it's going to be a great season with how everything's going to play out, especially with how this free agency went. This was one of the craziest free agencies I can remember.
One takeaway from the free agency is what? What can you take away from this free agency?
Oh, you were asking. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I thought you were going to say something.
You good.
So one thing I'll take away is what's Houston doing? Like just trade away DeAndre Hopkins for.
I think, and he's trying to say that there's a contract.
Not
issue.
even a first-round pick.
More money.
Not even a first-round pick. He's on contract for another 3 years at least, which means
3 years.
even if he asks for more money, you can say no, and he'll still play for you at least for the next 2 years, unless he holds out. Which DeAndre Hopkins doesn't seem like he's gonna hold out. He doesn't. So Houston football is awful. Yeah, that's my one thing is Bill O'Brien. Just like we said, Bill O'Brien, the coach, he might get Bill O'Brien, the GM, fired. He might get them both fired.
I'm surprised he hasn't gotten fired yet. I honestly thought this was going to be the season that the GM of Bill O'Brien was going to be fired.
He has some blackmail on someone. That has to explain it, dude. Whose nudes does Bill O'Brien have in the Texas organization? Why else would he have such a control grip on them, on the team?
I have no idea. But think about this, though. Why would you trade the top three right now, top three, easily, best wide receiver in the game right now, to one of another rising star quarterback for basically chump change and a running back who gets hurt every year? But I don't see no logic in that at all. I don't think no one does. And I don't think we will ever will, despite how many times he comes out and says he only did it because D-Hops kept asking for money. They weren't going to give it to him. So the only way to get him what he wants is to ship him off to Arizona. And he's not even doing what Bill O'Brien said he's doing.
It doesn't make any sense. If you're Bill O'Brien, you're not making any sense with your decisions at all.
I know Houston is pissed off right now. They gotta be pissed.
Probably.
But one other takeaway that I kind of thought was interesting that I didn't expect. Remember how me and you were predicting that Kyle Allen and CMC were going to do good next season?
Yes.
Yeah, well, Kyle Allen got shipped off to Washington.
Yep.
So they are riding the wave of.
Well, I don't know if I didn't think Kyle Allen was going to work out in Carolina. I never thought that.
He did pretty good, decent.
You have to remember CMC was the heart and soul of that offense. He was their driving factor. I'm sure a lot of quarterbacks, and nothing against Kyle Allen, but a lot of competent quarterbacks in the NFL, if they had CMC carrying the load that he carried last year for Carolina, they would put up numbers, if not similar, better than Kyle Allen.
Oh, without questions. I mean, another thing, Cam Newton is no longer part of the Carolina Panthers.
That's another thing, and he's going off on Instagram. He's being one of those Instagram warriors who's working out and listening to Lil Uzi Vert as he's on his Versa Stairmaster or whatever it is, screaming at his Instagram live about how, he was giving up on it. And I gotta say,
not gonna lie, wherever he goes, he's making another name for himself. He has more to prove. He's not done.
I'm so excited for this season because not only do we get to see Tom Brady in a different uniform, we get to see not Drew Brees. We get to see Phillip Rivers in a different uniform. We get to see Teddy Bridgewater in a different uniform. We get to see Cam Newton once he signs with someone in a different uniform. We're going to see Jameis, famous for his turnovers, Winston, in a different uniform before this is all said and done. So I'm really excited for this next season. You know what other season I'm super excited for is the MLB, and looks like that might be coming in as soon as May. Is that what I'm hearing correct?
Yep,
Uh,
yep, yep, yep.
I think it's perfect timing to bring in our special guest.
Bring him in.
Uh, Bringing in Mr. Ryan. Don't know. Don't is he in here yet?
Hey,
Ryan, you there? Hello.
getting that thing working.
Well,
Yo,
Hey,
hey guys,
hey,
we
what's
got
up,
it
Ryan?
working.
what's up?
What's up, man? We are just brushing up on the MLB, and it's looking like it's coming back in as soon as May, possibly.
I know I saw that, and I'm actually very happy about that. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I know they're thinking about Arizona. I mean, I don't know if you guys have been out there or not, but it's
Yeah,
it's already compact as it is, so that might be an issue already in itself. But anyway, baseball comes back, I'm all for it. Uh, just to be safe, that's all. Just to be safe.
Well, I would
yeah.
think that there's a way to ensure safety as long as there's enough testing, especially if you're going to reduce the exposure of fans, because then it's only going to be essential personnel to each team and the players themselves.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of sports leagues right now are trying to figure out a way, and unfortunately, the NBA right now, they're not doing anything. It seems they're going to just reevaluate everything in May.
Or they,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what at least Adam Silver said, I think, last night on TNT.
Yeah, he did. He said the same thing this morning as well. I feel like they're gonna just shut it down. In my humble opinion, I mean it's unfortunate, but it's that's what it's looking like, anyways.
yeah. Sam, I agree that too because I mean, if they want to push it all the way to June, which they've been discussions of them doing that, pushing it all the way through June, and then jumping straight into the playoffs. So basically, we already know who the first seed is, and we already know who the eighth seed is from the West and the East. But it sucks for the bottom West teams who've been fighting literally all playoffs. You have Grizzlies, Pelicans, Suns, and I'm missing one other team. They've all been fighting. Turns out it's going to be the Grizzlies. Same thing with the East. East got a few teams that were fighting. Orlando was fighting. Miami was a little bit fighting. So it sucks. Either they jump straight into playoffs or they call quits and just say the season was never finished, which will be weird for us because we've never witnessed that. It's happened. There's been a season. There's been numerous seasons canceled, but we've never seen it before.
Yeah, it's been a long time since the last time a season was canceled. It's been over 100 years for the MLB.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it was like World War II was last time.
Ryan, you work for the Dodgers, correct?
I I worked for them in 2017. Yeah, I worked for the Dodgers Foundation. I was a raffle ticket seller throughout that year, so that was our dream team year. Uh, so far, that was the only year that I've worked in, from what I've heard, that we sold the most raffle tickets and we raised the most money. I don't know if that's changed or not in the past seasons, but from what I've heard, that's what they told me. But it was a great experience. I really miss working for them.
That Dodger Foundation, is that the same foundation that paired up with iHeart this morning?
Yes, the same relief foundation that's going out for the COVID-19. Yeah, the same foundation.
And I know that you really can't tell us much about it. I don't know how much you know about it since the last time you worked there in 2017. What exactly is iHeart doing to help the LA Dodgers get the word out that the Dodgers are trying to help the community?
Yeah, so I know I listen to AM 570 LA Sports Daily, and they're an iHeartMedia affiliate. So I know they push it out, the message out on every show, every commercial. So that's how they get the word out. So just by bringing in funds, having players go out there. I know Justin Turner is doing something for the community for LAUSD for the kids who are like not they don't have anything to eat, or he's just raising money
Yeah,
for them. So he's doing something with California Pizza Kitchen, getting over 100 pizzas and delivering them to kids that have nothing to eat right now. So it's just various ways. I know they're doing various things right now with LA Dodgers Foundation. I can't say specifically what they're doing, but I know that they're working with these different foundations, like the Justin Turner Foundation, the Kershaw's Challenge, and those different. I know Kenley Jansen has one. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he's doing something, but I'm not sure yet. But I know those guys are pretty spearheading this movement for the Dodgers too. But yeah, through the radio for the most part.
It's a crazy time we're living in now, for sure.
I mean, that's cool. That's cool.
How's everything for you, Ryan? I know you've been working from home a lot recently, right? Ever since the whole California stay-at-home order was put out.
Yeah, so this is week 3, as you could say, we're stay-at-home order. It's been weird. It's nice and weird at the same time. It's nice that you're home and you can eat, like, it's just right there. Restrooms right there too. All the amenities that you would ever want. But then, yeah, then you have to do work, and then sometimes you get angry and you can't really take it. You can just go on a walk. That's what I've been trying to keep my mind clear, trying to be as normal as possible, and taking my shower, working out, and all that stuff from home. But yeah, it's been a transition. I know you guys might be the same thing for you, Alex. I know you still have to go to work. I'm not sure about you, Jordan, but yeah. But what's going on with you, Jordan?
So I work for the city of Chino, which is government. So being fortunate enough to work for the government's going to take care of the government workers.
Yeah.
So I work for Ayala Park, which is a park in the city of Chino. So it's fortunate enough that the city is going to cover all community service workers through the whole month of April. That's what we were told to us yesterday. I was like, damn.
That's great news, Jordan.
Yeah. So I'm just focusing on school while I'm still here doing the only thing I can do right now.
Hey, it's been a transition for all of us, for sure. All three of us are handling this, it seems like, from like all three different ends of the spectrum, as one could say. Me working at CBS, I'm just seeing people, and you know how I think they just said LA County is mandating that everyone puts on a mask now too, or like Riverside. People are still just ignoring everything. So it's scary. It's a little bit scary, like going to work knowing, man, any one of these customers could be sick with it. But that's what I'm paid to do, right? Go to work, and everyone has their own way of going to work.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, Ryan, you watch some basketball in your free time when it was going on? You watch some basketball?
Yeah, I actually went to a game this season, and I did go to the Kobe Memorial as well. So I've been this has been the season that actually I can say in a really long time where I've been super involved with. I mean, I have been with the Lakers. I've been following them that's my I love them, but I feel like this year I've been really, like, I dug deep, and I was more involved, like the Dodgers. I've been like, I fell in love with them, like, more so than I ever have been in the past. Maybe I'm not saying that maybe because Kobe's death, but I mean, it was just like, it just hit home. It really hit home.
Yeah, I feel like that's how everyone is too. Especially if you're from the area where you grew up and all you heard was Kobe, Kobe, Kobe. It'll drag you in some one way or another. It'll make you, if you were a fan beforehand, it probably most like, I know a lot of people are like, oh man, why did I ever like leave the Lakers or something like that? It brings you back in. It's basically what I can say.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's exactly how I felt this year. I just felt like I was with the team. Even last year, I was like, oh man, I made a bet with a friend in my fantasy football group that Lakers would make the playoffs last year, but we just missed it because of what happened in December. And I was like, oh damn, like, and then LeBron got hurt, and then it was just.
Yeah.
And then that's what's unfortunate with this year too. This would have been like the 10, like the, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years since we've made the playoffs.
7 at the most.
It would have been a lot. It would have been like that. It would have been that many years since we've been. So I feel like we've been robbed of of that as well. We wouldn't have.
You're not the only one that feels that way. I think a
Yeah,
lot of
I know
Angelinos certainly feel that way.
A lot of those Los Lakers fans, man. We had a
But-
season. We had one of the greatest seasons in recent memories taken away from us. The conclusion of it. And this team was fun to watch. You know, like Ryan, I know you went to at least the game and you were watching them a lot. I was watching and listening to them all the time when they were on. I think it's 710 that broadcast their games,
Hmm?
and the energy that this team would play with, it was like it overcame you. Like you just anytime you're watching them, you're like, oh, we have a chance.
Yeah, they were relentless too.
What's that?
April 16th, MJ documentary finally drops instead of June. Anyone gonna watch it? Cause I know I am. I waited all year for this. When they dropped the trailer for it last year, I was already hyped for June. Then they pushed it, and then they moved it forward to April. Shit, I know I'm gonna be.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna record that for sure. If I'm not in front of it, I'm definitely gonna record it and take my time and eat some popcorn and maybe pop a bottle of wine and watch it for sure. I mean, I'm pretty excited to watch. I'm pretty excited to watch that too.
You see the stars that are gonna speak on MJ's behalf. One of them's Kobe. Before.
Oh, I didn't know. I did not see that.
Yeah, Kobe speaking. Kobe gonna be on
That's
it.
Cool.
I think they already released the trailer with him speaking. It's
they just had. So the only trailer that I saw this for was the one where they first dropped. The one where they had Barack Obama jumping in. The one that had Jay-Z jumping in. Phil Jackson, Dennis, Scotty. Who else? Tarashi, I think it is. A lot of, honestly, anyone you could possibly think of that might have played against or with MJ is in this, which is fucking insane. Like, literally, this is the doc you don't want to miss if you're a basketball fan.
I think you meant to say Taurasi, Diana Taurasi.
Taurasi, yeah. Taurasi, yeah.
It took me a while to figure out who you're
I got the T right.
Takashi.
Takashi 6ix9ine.
Takashi 6ix9ine. Couldn't pronounce the correct last name, my bad.
You're all good, dude. We all do that. Oh man, I'm definitely gonna watch that. You know what else I'm really excited to watch is the very first ever actual NFL draft that's gonna be a fantasy football draft completely. You know, I specifically requested that for off from work so I could sit at home and figure out how these GMs actually do as fantasy football GMs instead of actual GMs. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Are you gonna watch that, Ryan?
Yeah. I'm very interested because I mean, I was like, how is it gonna work? And like, I want to, if they're gonna show them live streaming like what we're doing right now, I want to see them being like, all investigative or like kind of like contemplating or like huddling in a circle or however they do it. But it's gonna be something. It's gonna be very interesting to watch.
You think they're gonna be like us and put like virtual backgrounds of what it would have looked like in Vegas, you know, when they go on the screens and everything?
Maybe with little fireworks and things like that. Or first pick in the NFL draft is that blah blah blah. I know that I read an article this morning saying they're worried about hackers, so that could be something that could be an issue. But I mean, it's gonna be fun.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if someone like gets hacked and they send in the completely wrong pick? Like a lot of people are saying this is just like a cybersecurity accident waiting to happen. I'm hoping like the hacker or two that get in that they're just funny hackers and just do something funny, you know? Because this is basically building a team's next 5 to 6 years, especially in the early rounds.
They released the Robert Kraft videos or photos.
That'd be awful. Oh man, they're gonna live stream Brady deflating the balls before the AFC Championship.
Oh my god!
Did you guys see those new unis Or you guys talk? Do you guys talk
the
about those
Buccaneers
uniforms?
ones.
The
Yeah, we
Buccaneers
were.
Buck uniforms.
What do you think about them?
Oh,
They're pretty clean, actually, compared to their the uniforms of past. Anyways, they look a lot better. They look a lot more legible. Like you read it, you can actually read the numbers on the the uniforms.
It doesn't remind me of my alarm clock when I was 5 years old.
Oh yeah.
I said it reminds me of the longest yard. Like the jerseys remind me of.
See,
the
I was
longest yard.
telling Jordan I don't really see it as much.
Really?
Yeah.
It's the maybe it's the colors. It's the colors that reminds me of it.
I don't know if I see it. Do you see the
Nah, you don't see-
longest yard in that, Ryan?
Isn't the longest yard more yellow?
Nah, it's
No,
more black. It's literally black.
It's like black and red, but it's like red lettering. It's not this at all.
Yeah.
In fact, I would say the longest yard looks like the Texas Red Raiders more than this.
Like Texas Tech.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Texas
Yeah.
Tech Red Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that one.
I actually I think they're cool. I'm so disappointed they're not creamsicle colored, you know? Anytime I play the Bucks in Madden, I always change their uniform to those orange creamsicle and white uniforms because they look so clean on the field, dude.
Brady trying to avoid wearing them.
Oh man.
Oh man.
You think
Brady?
Brady?
I would be caught dead wearing that. He probably told his wife or somebody, his agent.
He told them for sure, I'm not signing unless you redesign your uniforms.
At least that one. He's like, at least that one.
Never bring it back.
Never bring it back.
They should make it their color rush. I know the gray one is their color rush. Could you imagine an all orange, creamsicle orange color rush jersey?
Hey, some
With
of
the old
colors
logo,
are
right?
not bad.
With the older logo, it would look pretty cool.
That old
on the
logo
helmet,
is dope.
yeah.
Yeah.
Buccaneer with the sword in his
Mhm.
mouth. The dope logo.
Yeah.
So how do you think Tom Brady's going to do on the Buccaneers, since we're talking about Bucks and Tom Brady?
I think it might be a hit and miss. I mean, maybe this first year anyways. I think he might just come out maybe a little flat at the beginning. I know for sure the first 4 or 5 games he's going to take some time, a little adjusting to, but he does have weapons. You got Chris Godwin, stud. Same with Mike Evans too from A&M, but yeah, 2 studs, and then same with OJ Howard, tight end. I mean, he has weapons.
Cameron Wade.
Yep. Oh, and Rojo from USC too,
Mhm.
running back. Forgot
Ronald
about
Jones.
that. Yep, Ronald Jones. But yeah, I mean, he has a lot of youth compared to what he's had in the past. I know everyone and Patriots are going to be they're all bummed up when he was there, but yeah, I don't know. I think it might be fool's gold in the end of the day, because he might be a hit, and he might like gambling. I think it's a real gamble because he's old. Like one hit and he's toast. And
They said the same thing. They said the same thing about Peyton too. We all thought Peyton was old as hell. Dude went to the Super Bowl first year.
That's a good point, but
they were holding him up. Yeah, they're barely holding him up though towards the end of the season too.
Well,
still went to the Super Bowl with
half a Peyton Manning. They went to the Super Bowl with half a Peyton Manning and half a Brock Osweiler.
Tampa might do the same thing unless the Saints can hold them.
See, the thing that carried Peyton Manning in the Denver Broncos days was that really strong defense that they fielded. I know Tampa Bay has a really strong rush defense. It was first in the NFL in yardage allowed against them.
Yeah,
but is that going to be enough, to carry a 42-year-old Tom Brady? Because everyone forgets he's 42.
Yeah.
He's right up there with Drew Brees. Speaking, do you think who do you think wins that division, Ryan? Because I think that division's seen the most quarterback change out of every division. You have the Teddy Bridgewater Carolina Panthers with Matt Rule at head coach. You have Drew Brees staying the same, and then you have Tom Brady going to Tampa Bay. I don't think Atlanta's even in the picture as to winning the division right now. I
And
just
then
don't see them.
speaking of Atlanta, Todd Gurley's
Yeah.
he's shot. He's pretty shot. So I don't
Well,
think he's really going to do much over there anyway.
I think he can provide. I think he can provide, some sort of value to them. But I don't think he's anywhere near enough the key piece to put them over the division.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it's going to be between Tampa and the Saints. But if the Saints, if Drew Brees doesn't fall off a cliff, but yeah, I mean, he has some seasons that in the past, like he's really been up and down. Like these past 2 seasons, but maybe the past 4. Like maybe if you go back a little bit further, like he's been kind of inconsistent since he's won that 1 Super Bowl.
He really has. He really has. Especially throws more interceptions now than he has in the past couple of years.
Yep, especially late in games too.
Yep. Especially
Right.
when they played against Miami the last game too. Literally, I think it was the last drive, but cost it for him.
Ryan, who's your NFL team again? I always forget who it is.
I haven't picked my allegiance yet. I was really hoping the Rams would win that Super Bowl against the Patriots, and that would have sealed my fate, I felt like, for the Rams. But right now, I'm pretty much I love the NFL as a whole, and I think I might just stick it that way. I like just because if I have no bias, I feel like I'm more open to talking about everybody, and I pretty much am fair with every team. So I feel like I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna have a team right now. Anyways, but I have my eye on the Raiders. To be honest with you.
Your eye on the Raiders.
Right now, yeah.
I was gonna ask you.
New city, new team. Might as well start on it now before who knows how quick they wind up winning ball games.
Yeah.
Then you can be like, I started when they moved.
Yeah.
Are you a?
Go ahead, Alex.
I was gonna ask, are you a Derek Carr fan?
I like him better than Mariota.
Well, yeah, I think Mariota's signed to be the backup there for sure.
Yeah.
I was asking because if you could take either Aaron Rodgers or if you could take Drew Brees and put him on the Raiders or whichever team you want to put him on.
Aaron Rodgers.
Over Drew Brees.
Yeah, no doubt. I would think he's I don't know. He's a little younger. I know they're around this like 39, 36, 37 around there. Yeah, right.
Around there.
So I mean, I feel like Rodgers has had a better going off of this past season. He had a really good year. I feel like he had a way better year than the year before, to be honest. Coming off of injury, but still, yeah, I would pick Rodgers over Brees to be on the Raiders. And yeah, I mean, it depends on the weapons too, because the Raiders, I know they have some picks in the draft, but I mean, we'll see how that goes.
Man,
What do you think?
I gotta disagree with you, man. I gotta go with the man who's gotten his team to the playoffs the last couple of years. Aaron Rodgers, remember, was sitting at home when the playoffs started, not even 2 years ago. So, I think there's a lot more than just to being able to throw a pretty ball. And I just think Drew Brees, if you take age completely out of it, because I could see why someone would take a 36-year-old Aaron Rodgers over a 39-year-old Drew Brees. But if you could get both of them at like 26 or 27 years old, I hands down take Drew Brees. Hands down. Because I just think he's been able to do so much more with so much less throughout his career. And he still has had more success than Aaron Rodgers, who everyone keeps saying is the greatest or the most talented quarterback of all time. Well, what does it say about the most talented quarterback of all time when you've only gone to and won 1 Super Bowl?
Same thing with Drew Brees. He's only won 1 Super Bowl too.
This is true.
But he currently now holds the most touchdowns by a quarterback.
He had most yards for the longest time, but then Peyton Manning
he holds a
took
lot
that
of
over,
records
right?
now. He beat a lot of Peyton Manning records.
Oh yeah, Peyton Manning.
Hmm?
He beat Peyton
He
Manning's
used to be
records.
held
Yeah.
by Peyton Manning. Now it's Drew Brees' record.
He's a big-time record holder for sure. He's in the record books forever.
Without a doubt. I just feel like Brees knows exactly what is happening next, or like where the receiver is going to be, because that connection with Breeze and Thomas is beyond, like, it's insane. That's a really good quarterback wide receiver duo that we have right now. It was Watson and Hopkins, but about to see if it's Murray and Hopkins now.
Well, Billy O'Brien is up to his scheming ways over in Houston. No one's quite sure what's the method to his madness, because we can't figure it out for sure. I mean, you can't even get a first-round pick for DeAndre Hopkins. You can't hold out for a first-round pick. The Cowboys gave up one first-round pick for Amari Cooper. The Bills gave up one first-round pick plus more picks for Stephon Diggs. And I would argue that DeAndre Hopkins had a better year this past season than Stephon Diggs did, for sure.
Without question.
So, I don't know. Even if you were going to trade DeAndre Hopkins, what you traded him for is so underwhelming. Like, you can't – there's just almost no possible justification for making that trade. That trade still makes me mad, man. And I'm not even a Houston fan. I feel bad for them. But then I remember they're probably Astro fans too, and then I kind of smile.
Feel a little better.
A little bit better. Screw the Houston Asterisks.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Going full circle back to baseball. I mean, they don't get the punishment that they deserve, and the coaches and that coach and that GM, they pretty much get a free pass, because if the season doesn't happen or if it's cut short, I mean, it's still technically a season, because they're still giving tenure to those players that are under contract. So if the Dodgers don't play, then Mookie Betts just basically was just a ghost. Like, he was just here, but did not, like, it was a ghost season.
Didn't play.
Yep.
So we would still be paying Mookie Betts for not playing.
Well, we traded for him, so it would just be and then he's a free agent next year. So it's a really tricky. It's vital that we play these games or something happens.
Yeah.
In some capacity.
Man, I'm just hoping there's some sort of sports that's alive that we can sit around and actually talk about. You know, that isn't just reminiscing about old tape.
I don't know if you guys have tuned into virtual racing, NASCAR racing at all.
No,
but I can only watch so much of that. It just feels like you're at like Dave and Buster's playing one of those games, like those NASCAR games on Dave and Buster's.
You'd probably have more fun going to Dave and Buster's if we could all go out right now.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Oh man,
I'm dead.
It's never been a better time to be a video game streamer.
Dude, honestly though. Honestly. All right, Alex, you got anything that you might have forgotten that you want to add before we head on out? You got anything else?
No, actually, I was just gonna bring this up really quick. Ryan, do you remember when you and I, like, we tried making a drum and bass song? We just sat around for doing that for the longest time.
I do remember. That was a little hazy, but yes, I do remember it.
Yeah, what was it to? It was to was it Space
Mountain? We were
Mountain?
at your apartment too.
No, I think we were at your apartment.
Were we? I think it could. Okay.
So yeah,
I don't remember. There were a few songs though that I think it was one of the songs I was like, oh, I like that one, and I kept telling you that's good, and then I don't remember. I have to go back for my old playlist. I have to look at my old laptop.
If I remember correctly, I think what it was is that we were trying to make a drum and bass song from the Space Mountain theme. You remember that, dude?
Do you have it?
I might still, because I still use the same laptop, so it might be buried in here somewhere.
I remember now, because I was like, I like that song, and I was like, this could be a really cool drum and bass intro, and I told you, and you're like, yeah, you're right, and then we tried,
We tried and we failed miserably that day. I don't know if we ever
Yep.
picked it up after that.
I don't. Yeah.
Oh man, dude, I miss Tucson sometimes. Those are crazy days.
The Dirty T, man. Yeah, the Dirty T. Miss
Dirty
those times
T
too.
for a little
They might
back.
be playing baseball down there if they don't have enough fields in Phoenix. I
Is
would
that
think.
so? They're thinking about Tucson as a space as well.
It's not in the one of the options, but I mean, it's only a 2 hour drive, and it's a couple more fields that they can play on if they need it. So I mean, why not?
Might as well, right? Anything to get sports back up and running, so we
Yep.
actually don't go crazy at home.
Hey, y'all want to know what's top trending on ESPN right now?
What is it?
What's going on?
AZK to sign with T1 Esports Valorant team. Basically, it's all esports games. The next one is Call of Duty League will resume play online on April 10th. And then we got Suns, Booker, Cat, and Draymond Green into 2K quarters. So we got a lot of virtual online games, y'all. That's what's trending right now.
Yo, we should do our own virtual online tournament, Jordan. I'm sure if we all asked around, we could get enough people to pool and
Oh,
just
I know
start
people that
streaming.
want to do a 2K
I'll
tourney.
do it. Just let me know. I'm pretty sure you can hook it up with 2K. I know that for sure. If you go and you can make your own tournament, I think.
I'm down. I mean, I only have a PS4, so unless 2K can connect to Xboxes, I'm in.
Should be. Everything's pretty much
I-
trying to crossplay.
That's
Yeah,
what
I'm
I'm
pretty sure
saying.
crossplay is available on Xbox. I would think it goes back the other way.
So we might be able to figure that out if we can. Shoot, I'm in. I'm all in. What else we gotta do out here? Honestly, what else?
Hey, we'll make our own sports. We should do it like fantasy draft style too, where we all
Oh,
take control
God.
of an organization.
Man, I still got school. I got that much time on my hands.
I bet that's tough. I mean, that's probably hectic too. School, all the online assignments and things like that. I can't just imagine. I mean, I did have a few. I mean, same with you, Alex, too, like online classes. But I mean, it's just different.
Yeah,
It's super different.
it is.
I feel like I'm someone who needs that structure of going to class, like physically going to
Seeing
class.
your teacher, professor, whoever. Yeah,
or interacting with everyone there, and it's weird because it's like everyone just stays muted, like the whole class, and we're just sitting there listening to our teacher ramble. By the way, Jordan, guess what?
Oh, God.
Last Thursday, and I screen recorded it. Last Thursday, Phil gave us his podcast. He played his podcast about killing his pet bird. Yeah. No, I'm in a podcasting 101 class, and as something my teacher described this as content gold, where he described killing his bird because his bird, I guess, gave him pneumonia.
You're joking, right?
I'm not joking, dude. It's one of the most morbid things you'll ever listen to.
How many episodes is that? That's just one?
That's just one of his podcast things.
No, but I mean, how long is is it like just one episode or?
Well, no, it's supposed to be like, I think 6 to 8. I don't know.
Oh my God, Tiger King.
It's horrifying, bro. That's horrifying.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm just like, why did he even okay that, to be out there? People just now realize he's a serial bird killer. But, that's cool.
Well, that's not even a sane podcast. That's an insane type of podcast.
It's funny.
Insane.
Hey, what's funny, Ryan? Because Ryan doesn't know, this guy, he works for the NHL team. We'll just say he works for an NHL team.
No way.
Yeah, he's an announcer for them.
Is he a professor or is he just a student?
No, he's the adjunct professor.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I took a class. Me and Alex went as news writing in a course last semester. Let me tell you, it was an interesting class. It was fun.
It's a local hockey team, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah. It's one of the two down here.
It's one or two.
Take your pick as to which.
I think I know. I know.
Who knows, man? Well, I'm not gonna say anything else. Anyways, anywho, oh man,
Again, I appreciate you guys having me on. This has been fun. It's different for me. I know it's. I've been trying, but I'm glad we were able to get this going.
Yeah, no, me too, for sure. We're always looking for anyone who wants to hop on. They can hop on. Now with Zoom, it's going to be super easy, honestly, for anyone who wants to. So this is going to be great. Anytime you want to come on, Ryan, we extend our invitation for sure. You know, this is going to be great. We need something to occupy our time for sure because we're going to go crazy. Ryan, have you noticed that they're playing Dodger games? And I think, is it
Sports
AM?
in LA?
Yeah, 570.
Or even AM 570 now too on the radio.
They're just playing old Dodger games.
Yeah, like tonight they're doing Alex Verdugo's walk-off weekend where we rookies hit 3 walk-off homers on that weekend against the Rockies, and Verdugo's tonight.
That was what's his face? Will Smith.
Yep.
And them boys, right?
Matt Beatty.
Yeah,
and then,
Matt Beatty.
Verdugo.
I was watching that game live, bro. I remember that too. I was actually shocked. There was rookie after rookie after rookie. I'm like, damn, we got a farm. We have a farm.
Unstoppable.
Yeah, we have a farm. Let's go.
Hey, here's to Dodger baseball later today. I think we should end with this last segment. I know Ryan brought it up in our text messages. Ryan, you are a huge fan of beverages, specifically. Specifically beer, and today is it National Beer Day?
Yes, National Beer Day. And I would go out and support your local craft brewery. I would just like to advocate that. Just something that me as an individual, in Tucson, that's what I come to grow and love, and I took that back here to LA, and I think it's just something right now. Even though these businesses, they seem like they're not essential, but they're essential. Some of them are making hand sanitizers and busting them out to the public and things like that, yeah, I don't know. If you have a local craft brewery or craft beer or even a liquor store around, just make sure to hit it up and crack one open for National Beer Day today, something like that.
What's your favorite local craft beer store or craft beer brand?
There's this one actually in Anaheim I really enjoy, Bottle Logic Brewing Company. You guys have been there. But it's that one's probably one of my favorite. I would say you can say Southern California local, but I mean Stone Brewery. There's a tap room in Pasadena I go to all the time, or most of the time, not all the time. But yeah, those are probably the two favorite right now. I mean local liquor stores that's pretty much trying to support, since I can't really go out to anywhere, so I can't really go to those places right now. But I mean, just trying to stay local. What about you guys? You guys have any preferences? Are you beer enthusiasts or?
Well, Ryan knows this from our Tucson days that I was never a huge beer drinker. But over the years since moving back to LA from Tucson, I've come to really love just like lagers, less dark beers, you know. Don't know why. Those light beers I'm not really too fond of, but it's like Negro Modelo. When I can find that, it's super hard to find. But when I can find a good 6-pack of Negro Modelo, I get it every single time. Another good one I've tried is Space Dust IPA. That one's pretty.
Elysian Park.
Yeah, Elysian Park. That one's local to the bars out here. That one's really good too.
Yeah. I'm a stout drinker. I drink dark beer, purely dark beer. All my friends, anytime I get a dark beer, they look at me. They're like, they try it, and they're like, "This ain't for me." I'm like, "It is not for everybody." I can tell you that right now. But There was this one beer that I had not too long ago because my mom went out to buy like local beers at a store. Basically, local breweries wanted to do like beer tasting at our house since we can't go out. So like we got all these like canned beers. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but it was just something that we did. A lot of the beers were from around here, and then one beer was from Colorado, which was pretty good. Not gonna lie. Um, and then obviously like the name brand beers that you know of, like Guinness, and we had, and then a Golden Road was there as well. So like we had all these selections of beers that we just tried throughout the night. Because I mean, what else? What else are you gonna do?
I mean, I think you both saw my crazy Instagram story challenge from like a week ago. So I think we're all getting a little too bit bored in our houses.
I'm hanging in there. I'm not
Well,
bored out of my mind.
you're the only one. You're the only one who's not actually working, Jordan. Like, what have you done in your free time? You know?
Well, I got school, so I've been super ahead on school. Basically, I'm like a week and a half ahead of a lot of the people in the class. The only reason why I know that is because I've been told that by one professor already.
Slow down.
What else? What else we got
They're like,
to
slow
do?
down, Jordan.
Like, what else? Nothing wrong with that, yo. I'm just like I'm ahead. Sorry, yo.
Making your classmates look bad, dude.
Yeah, hey, gotta keep up, yo. And then I'll be playing my PS4. Just got it about 2 weeks ago. Pretty impressed. I love it. I'm not gonna lie, I love it.
Perfect timing.
I know, right? How you
Yeah.
telling me? I know, right? I thought the same thing too. Like as soon as I was like it was in my shopping cart, I was like, it's time. It's time. Boom. Got it shipped here right before all this craziness happened. So I was like, let's go.
What have you been playing the most on your PS4?
Call of Duty.
I feel you.
I've been huge on Call of Duty. And I never used to be that type of people or that type of person that plays Call of Duty. But ever since I got it, because all my friends played it, I've been playing it a lot. Most times I'm like, okay, I should probably calm down. Like, go outside, look, stare at the sun. Well, not stare at the sun, but stare at the sky.
Get some sun.
Get some vitamin D, bro.
Some
You need
vitamin
it.
D, do all that. It's kind of hard to do that when it's been raining for the past couple of days. So, stuck at home.
Man, I've been playing a lot of Madden, old Madden games, just old franchise modes, reliving the old days. You, Ryan, you playing a lot of video games as of right now?
Yeah, I've been playing some Duty, and this one game I've actually been into because I just bought Game Pass for $1 for this month of April because since I'm home, right? I mean, it's free game, so I've been playing the Outer Worlds. It's like an RPG, kind of like a Fallout, GTA, Skyrim type of vibe.
Oh yeah.
It's a single player, but it's all based in space, and it's really interesting actually. I really am enjoying it. It's very story based and very character driven too. So it's all these different little things, and you either could be a really good guy and like go through and not kill anyone, or you could just be all out and just like the first character, and like not to give everything away, but the first character gives you like he's like, here, I can give you this weapon, and he gives you a gun. So and then he gives you his own gun. So you pretty much could shoot him, or you could just move on and do the next mission. So just that type of game. That type of game. But it's very interesting. I would definitely give that a look, see if you are into those single player open world type games.
Very RPG.
Yep.
Reminds me of like Fallout.
Yep.
Oh, nice, man. Nice. This has been fun. It's been interesting. First time I've ever done podcasts where it's recorded from
on Zoom,
my home and on a video screen. Not used to that, but I'll get used to it.
We're all our own very own Wojs. We're gonna do our own Woj bombs.
Yeah.
So can't wait for this new world we're gonna walk into.
Good
Ryan,
Lord.
thank you again for joining us. It's always a pleasure to have you on.
pleasure,
Everyone
man.
listening, please go ahead and follow Ryan on Twitter. Ryan, where can they reach you on Twitter?
My Twitter is RYJ Reyes, so at RYJ Reyes. It's pretty simple. You can also, that's pretty much my Instagram handle as well, if you want to follow me on there too. Twitter's mostly sports though, so I would just hit up
Exactly.
Twitter.
Great, so
Yeah. Everyone should follow Ryan on Twitter, especially if you want to be kept up to date on the Dodgers, because most of the time I get my breaking news from him for sure. If he is not already in my messages telling me about it already.
yeah, I take that too.
Thank you again, Ryan, for sure joining us, and we really hope you stay safe, man. You're
no
quarantined
problem.
at
You
home.
guys stay safe,
You
and
too, man.
hopefully
Thank you,
we
man.
do this
Appreciate
again
it.
sometime in the future. That'd be great.
Oh,
For
without a
sure,
doubt.
we're gonna get this going a lot more regularly, more often. Now
And
that
we'll figure. This
now that
is
the
big.
trial run's done.
Consider this the intro to how we're doing all this. So we're definitely gonna get a lot better as the days go by. But first day was fun. It was cool. I enjoyed it. Thank you, man. Thank you for joining us, man. It was cool.
No problem, guys. Peace.
Peace, Ryan.
All right, that was
All right,
cool,
Jordan.
bro. That was interesting.
It was. I really had a great time having him on. I didn't realize that that he was so up to date on the MLB still. He knows a lot of that before it's even hitting our Twitter.
Yeah, man. That's why I was like, all right, cool. Like we got the full deets on charities, sir. That's all that's cool. I'll take any information, honestly. Let's go.
Hey, he's been a big fan of us for a long time, and I know he's for sure he loves what we do, and we've been trying to get him on for the longest time, and I'm glad we're finally able to get him on. Next week, Jordan, we're gonna be trying to get on an athlete.
Okay.
Don't know who yet.
Okay.
Everyone stay tuned for that. Yeah, go ahead and follow us on Twitter. Jordan, you are at Rexy_Rex95.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Both of it is Rexy_Rex_95. That's Rexy_Rex_95. Go ahead and hit me up. And what's yours, my guy? What's yours?
It is Alex_Junior. That is JR_Topete. Alex_Junior_Topete. Go ahead and follow us on Twitter as well. That is at Puente and Topete. Correct, Jordan? At Puente and Topete on Twitter. And we also, you're probably watching this on YouTube. Go ahead and please subscribe to us on YouTube. There's most likely going to be a button either right here or right here telling you to subscribe. And you could probably click on the next video on one of those buttons too. So go ahead and do either of those, and we're sure to be bringing you more content. Just stay tuned. I know this is a little bit of a choppy trial run, especially with having to, record midway with my phone, but it was a good trial run.
Y'all.
Just bear with us. We're gonna bring back the sports content, just like the world is bringing back the sports.